Bristol. Yet to be determined whether it's going to be good or not.
Do we want to talk about that?
Sure. Well,
Okay.
hold on. Let's talk about Kansas. Let's talk about what did you
Okay.
think of the race today?
I didn't think it was very good.
Yep, I knew you were going to say that. I thought it was a fine race. I thought you could pass. If your car was good enough, you could pass. I think someone said it good enough. Someone said it today that Joey Logano was complaining about how hard it is to pass. And they said, well, if your car's fast enough, you could pass, because other people did. And Joey Logano's car hasn't been fast enough all year, and thus he's had more trouble passing.
That is fair. The issue I have is that it's still hard to make a pass once you've already made the pass. A lot of times guys would make the pass and then still get caught again because there's too much drag and not enough power. That's frustrating.
Not really. I mean, no.
That happened all day. What do you mean not really?
I mean, yeah, you could. I mean, what do you like?
Like
you got to pick
Bubba Wallace with the best car in the field struggled to pass one lap down. He could not pass Brad Keselowski at the end of the race, and it didn't almost cost him the race, but it made it a lot closer than it should have been.
No, I mean, that's an issue. I didn't have an issue with any of the passes for position today. I didn't think it was I saw
it looked like
plenty
a 550.
It did not look like a 550 race.
It did look like a 550.
Did not. Go look at a 550 race. It did not look.
I've watched many 550 races. It looked a lot like it. Didn't look exactly like that, but it looked a lot like it.
No, I mean guys were running the wall. You could run the bottom. You could run a lane lower and make a pass. You look at Denny Hamlin past Christopher Bell like it was nothing. Bubba Wallace passed Alex Bowman like it was nothing. It wasn't it.
You had to have a way, way better car to make it look like it was nothing. Yeah, you had to have a way better car.
You could pass, and guess what? We saw a lot of great racing today. You could run side by side today. You could, if a guy did get past the other guy, it's not. Maybe, what's the problem with the guy, passes a guy and then someone's able to run him back down and pass him.
My issue was so there was an incident where there was one car trying to pass another. He got it done, but it slowed the both of them down so much that the car behind the both of them cleared them coming off the corner.
Oh, you're talking about when Kyle Larson got his ass blown off. Yeah, I knew. I fucking knew. I saw that happen. I said, Seth's going to complain about this race because of that move right there. I fucking knew it.
I didn't like this race before that.
You were such a cockbag. I knew it. Anybody watch the race today is going to say this is a good race. I thought I had fun with this race. You could pass. You could run top, middle, bottom. You could run side by side. Guys who ran 3 wide. It
was competitive, but this is another race that shows we don't have enough tire wear and there's too much on throttle time.
I think
I've been saying this for a while, and it shows it every week.
I think that here's the thing. It's kind of the same thing as last week. You're right, but it was still a good race.
It was better than last year. I'm not denying that. And I'm not saying it was a bad race. I'm saying we need to not jump on its dick like it's this great thing. And
I don't think anybody's jumping on its dick, but game recognizes game. Yeah, there were some issues with it. Yeah, the problems you pointing out are true, but they still put on a show. It was still good. It wasn't an absolute shit show. It was good racing throughout the field most of the day. And
yeah, I'm not saying that. I was just glad that the fucking tire problems finally stopped a few 150 laps in the race. That was going to really piss me off if that just kept happening all day. But it was fine, I guess. It just we got a ways to go. We got a ways to go on this.
I don't think we got
Let's
as
not
much
rest
of
on
a
our.
ways to
We just
go.
can't rest on our laurels. We got a ways to go. Same thing with the North Wilkesboro All-Star Race. They better come out with a better short track package next year.
Wow, you want to talk about you talk about me being like unsatisfied with races because they're not absolute bangers. Boy, we can have a good race, and you're like, this sucks. This is not. This is
That is not the case. See, my thing is there are things about racing that remind me of 550 and to like a detriment. And we need to get rid of these things. There's a reason 550 sucked, and I would love to get rid of as many of those things as possible.
I mean, I understand. I also would like a little bit more off throttle time. I'd like a little bit more tire wear. But I I don't I still thought it was a fine. I still thought it was a fun race. I still thought that it was an enjoyable race. I still think if someone was tuning in for the first time, they would enjoy it very much. I couldn't say that about the 550 package. I don't think anyone who tuned into that would have anything good to say.
Yeah, I have no idea about whether or not that would be the case.
Yeah. The thing that helps the racing now is the wake is much smaller, and so you are able to peek a headlight out and get some air. Whereas with the 550 package, you had to literally be 3 car widths, outside of the dude's wake for you to get anything. So I mean,
it was kind of my same issue with like Michigan. So with Michigan, I was saying like to go to the bottom, you had to have like either a god tier run or you needed help. And it kind of felt
you didn't have to have that today, though.
You didn't have to have help, but you needed a god tier. You needed to clear him getting into the next half of the corner. You needed to clear him.
No, you could send it in there and clear him.
There were a few times guys could get a good run on the top and then go to the second lane down, but they got a fantastic run, and there's nothing wrong with that. I like it where they have to get a good run, but that was about the only way to really make a pass like that in one corner.
I don't know. I saw plenty of passing today.
There was a lot of passing. I'm not saying that there wasn't.
Yeah, there was a lot of passing. There was a lot of. I mean, there still was tire deg. There was a lot of comers and goers. I don't know what more you want other than those small things, but visually, like, I don't know. I don't know how to please you.
I want to see guys nail a corner and be able to get it done without any other issue. That's what I want to see. I want to see a guy nail a corner, be able to get up off on the bottom, per se. Like, I just want a guy to be able to run a corner. Because, hang on. There were tons of times I saw today where guys would not take the run that they had because they didn't have enough. And they knew if they took that run and went to the bottom, they were going to get freight trained. Not freight trained, but they were going to get passed by another guy behind them. That's the kind of thing I don't want to see. That's the kind of thing that just drives me up the wall as a fan.
I mean, they didn't have enough of a run to, run the. They didn't have enough of a run to not run the preferred line. I mean, I don't like.
You really don't see what I have a problem with there.
I mean, I guess I get it, but like
I'm not saying that passing needs to be easy. What I'm saying is that trying to make a pass shouldn't be so detrimental to you that you have to line up the guy behind you.
I get what you're saying. What you're saying. I
mean, you don't have to agree with it. I just want you to understand what I have the issue with.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the.
Okay.
I think
just feels like more super speedway racing than it does intermediate racing to me. Is all it is.
Okay. All right. Anyway, it's all right. Anyway, we're going to Bristol next week. I don't even know what to say to that statement. I think we've talked about it. It'll probably be I think it would probably be like everything else. It'll be like kind of like 2019, but a little bit better.
I'm a little worried about this race. I've been worried about this race since we ran Martinsville.
I don't know. I mean, those are two.
It is, but it's like it's another thing
two.
where guys are going to be able to run it so much deeper in the corner and get on the throttle again so much sooner that it's going to make it very difficult to get an edge on anybody. And we said Dover was okay, but Dover's corners are so much longer.
Yeah. I don't know, because a part of me wants to believe it's gonna be good because well, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. Yeah, they're gonna be able to send it in there further, but
grab a gear.
I don't think they're gonna be shifting. I don't think they're gonna be shifting at Bristol.
You don't?
No, I don't think they're gonna be shifting.
Why?
Because I don't think I don't know that you really fucking can handle it. I don't think these guys can.
If you'd asked me last year if I thought they could handle shifting,
I think you're asking these guys to jack off and pat their head and rub their stomach at the same time. If you're asking them to shift at Bristol, I don't know. I don't know that they could shift at Bristol.
I think they can shift at Bristol if it requires it.
I don't know, man.
I mean, I want to be wrong, but they need to prove me wrong. I think this race is going to be. I think this is going to be as tough to pass as any race we've seen this year.
I think we're going to see a lot of sliders.
That's the only way you're
man.
Really get them done.
You think you don't think you could pick a headlight out and cut under a guy? You don't think you're going to be able to do that?
It might look like the 2012 Bristol night race for a bit of it. The 2012 Bristol night race, we ran the top. It was right after they ground the top lane.
I think the top's definitely going to be like fucking OP. Yeah.
I'm worried it's gonna be the only lane.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about. Oh well. I hope I'm wrong, but we'll see.
Yeah. You can't move a guy. That's for damn sure. These cars, it's hard to move a guy.
Very.
Yeah. So if you got Ross Chastain in front of you, you gotta be willing to lock up your Hans if you're gonna knock Ross out of the way.
That'll be the reason Ross wins a race.
Yeah, probably.